This week on Wardens, an officer in District 5 checks on deer hunters during the opening day of firearm season.
Honesty goes a long ways, guys.
Oh, yeah.
An officer in D8 checks on a potential baiting case on the archery opener. And a look at a DNR employee who travels the state of Michigan to spend quality time with her family. Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. Michigan consistently ranks as one of the most popular states for deer hunting in the United States. The firearm opener typically has more people in the woods than any other day of the year. In the state's District 5, Conservation Officer Brad Belleville starts his firearm opener by checking a trap that he spotted from his patrol truck.
Here's the trap tag. Take a picture of that, run it, make sure he's got a license. These sticks sticking up like this, it's kind of a telltale sign someone's got a trap here. That's a 330 conibear. That's a typical beaver trap. You can see up in here you got some logs that have been chewed off and the bark stripped off them. The beaver eat the bark. You can see where they've been coming up over the bank and dumping in the other side. I'm guessing if there's one here, there's probably more, but this one's got a tag on it, so that's good enough to run and see who it is and if they have a license.
Upon looking into this trapper's information, Officer Belleville did not find any reason to pursue enforcement action. Later in the day, while driving his patrol truck, CO Belleville sees an off-road vehicle on the side of the road. When he takes a look at it, he sees blood on the vehicle that he figures is from a deer.
Looks like you already drug a deer out. How we doing? Conservation officer. Looks like somebody had a good morning. What do we got here?
5 point.
There you go. Very good. So is this one of yours?
No, that's his. That's mine.
All right. This the only one taken today?
Yeah.
I think I got it tagged right, don't I?
Oh, take a look.
That's how I was always when I make sure everything's marked.
Deer combo regular, yep. Well, very good. Where'd you guys get him at?
Where were you? Right there.
Yeah, there's the tree, the stand.
The stand, okay.
Ain't your gun over there still?
Yeah, no, I figured I'd come talking.
Perfect.
And wrap everything up.
So that's the tree you were sitting in right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any bait in the ground?
No.
No?
What's that?
What's that?
Yeah. Got all kinds of it where your acorns are.
That's right.
And besides, some you got out, you find corn in it anyhow, so what's the difference?
Yep, I agree. So this one was shot up here.
There.
Okay.
Right over, yeah, right over there someplace.
So I'm guessing the side-by-side down there is your guys's?
Yeah.
Okay. So where's the deer you shot today?
I didn't get one today.
Okay.
My son and them might have got one. I don't know yet. I haven't been back there. I grabbed the four-wheeler and left.
All right, well, I followed a blood trail up here, so someone else has shot a deer already today.
Try my son then.
Well, it came from right through here, so if you were sitting here, you've seen somebody drag a deer through here.
Hey, you see anybody?
Honesty goes a long ways, guys.
Oh yeah, no, I know, no. Yeah, no. We got, I did take 2 down.
You got 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, the other one thought was a 6 point, or 8 point. Looked like a big rack.
Mm-hmm.
Come through. Ended up being a 5 point.
A 5 point?
Yep. And while I was sitting there waiting, I ended up seeing the second one come in,
Okay.
which was this one.
So you end up with two 5s
And
today.
ended up with 2 5s.
So together you got shot a 10 point. So where is the other deer at right now?
Laying at the house then if you got it over there.
Yeah, it's up
Okay.
the house there.
All right. Does that one
Just
have
trying
a
to
Does that
keep
one
going,
have a
so.
tag on it too?
No, I did not tag it.
Okay.
Because I
I'll
wasn't
probably
sure on
tag it
how,
for
if you
it.
guys come around, I didn't know how things are going with the two, with the
All right.
2/8, but
What'd you say?
I'll probably end up putting my tag on it.
if that's all right, if not,
Well,
it's understandable
Well,
too.
let me ask you this question. Did you shoot the deer?
No.
So that's
Okay.
that's it right there.
Yeah, yeah, you can't be putting tags on deer you didn't shoot.
Although it's not quite as popular as the whitetail firearm opener, Michigan's opening day for archery deer season still leads people to the outdoors. With essentially 3 months to hunt deer using archery equipment, these hunters can be a bit choosier about what they shoot and can also typically enjoy warmer weather than what occurs during firearm season. In the state's District 8, Conservation Officer Todd Thorne is checking a property where he spotted 2 trucks on the side of the road.
So we were driving down the road and I noticed 2 vehicles over on the side of the road near a field and no houses right near. So I figured there's probably some hunters, so I slowed down. I don't like to approach too quickly. I want to be able to see people before they see me. And as I got past the trees, I saw a gentleman riding a quad on the edge of the field away from the road, and I noticed through my binoculars that there was 2 40-pound bags of corn on the front of the ORV.
Officer Thorne slowly works his way closer to the parked ORV and continues to observe the area with his binoculars. He encounters unoccupied tree stands near the path he's walking.
It's always hard to decide what's best to do. Do you wait? Do you go in after them? But in this case, I just decided we'll go see what's going on after not seeing any movement for a while. There's the quad and it's still got the corn on it. I think he saw us. He's coming. Somehow he saw us, he saw movement and came walking over to us.
We've been hunting here for 30 years.
Okay, you mind if we come back here and talk to your son? Whose stuff is this right here?
That's my son's.
Your son's, okay.
Yeah.
What's up with the corn?
I'll put it out here.
Pardon?
You'll have to ask him.
Okay. Where's he?
He's hanging a tree stand.
All right. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Conservation officer. You mind coming down so we can talk to you?
Yes, sir.
Do you know why we might be concerned with this?
Why's that?
Well, because you're not supposed to bait.
I know.
The reason I'm out here is I saw you driving the quad back with these bags of corn.
Okay.
And then I noticed that there's open intox in your vehicle.
Okay.
Okay? And you're not supposed to bait in Eaton County or anywhere near here. So that's why I came back. So it's, for your sake, it's a good thing you saw us. Otherwise, I was just going to wait till you dumped it and then come talk to you.
Yeah.
So you saved yourself a ticket if that's something to be proud of.
It's nothing to be proud of.
Had you guys shot a deer over this stuff and I found out about it, that'd be big problems.
Okay.
So you're not hunting right now. Do you have any bows out here or anything?
No.
So did you hunt today?
Yeah, this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I see your hunting licenses and your...
Mine's in my truck and all that.
Okay. All right. You don't have to have them with you right now,
Yeah, no.
as long as I don't find
I
any
have them. You can check.
bows out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I just look around real quick?
Yeah, I can show you around. I can show you.
Am I going to find any bait if I look?
There's no bait. I was going to set it up for, I don't bait it to try to get him to stop for a camera shot, you know, to get him on camera.
Okay. Well, it's hard for me to believe that.
I understand.
I looked at the other stands though, and I didn't see any.
No, we don't have
Yeah.
any.
Okay.
Officer Thorne inspects the hunting property and doesn't find any bait or other issues that result in enforcement action. The state of Michigan offers a wide variety of spectacular views and recreational options for people to explore, even if they don't intend to hunt or fish.
I love working for the DNR. There's so many different jobs that you could do in the DNR.
Jeanette Johnson is an accounting assistant for the DNR that spends a lot of her working hours at Lakeport State Park and Lexington State Harbor, among other areas.
I work and I play there, so it's right on Lake Huron. And under the purview of my supervisor at Lakeport, we also have Lexington State Harbor, Lexington Boating Access Site, and we also have Port Sanilac Boating Access Site. A day in the office might be going up to Lexington Harbor for the day and taking pictures and walking around, and so it's not always in the office.
Jeanette Johnson encourages all visitors to Michigan to make sure they're being as safe as possible, especially when enjoying the abundant waterways that the state offers.
As far as the state parks go, we have the flag system. So the red flag means do not go in the water, and the yellow flag means it's caution, just, keep an eye out, and the green flag, it's a go. But the water conditions change all the time. Always have children in life jackets by the Great Lakes.
As someone who knows Michigan state parks very well, Jeanette would like to stress to people how important it is to be prepared for whatever endeavor they're looking to pursue while enjoying the state's natural resources.
If you want to hike up some trails and see some beautiful waterfalls, you need to be prepared. You can't just, hey, I'm gonna hike 3 hours today and I've never done it before, so you might want to do a little pre-training for something like that. It doesn't have to be anything extensive, but, hiking up to waterfalls, it could be a 3-hour hike. Just take precautions and kind of do a little bit of investigating before you're deciding to go out on a 3-hour or 4-hour hike. Have some knowledge about what you're going to do.
Most summers, she and her family make an effort to take trips where they can experience and appreciate Michigan's outdoor beauty.
My parents took me camping, and now we're trying to keep the generational thing going. We bought a camper specifically so we could take our kids before they're old and they want to move away. So we have the camper, we can take the dogs. Most state parks allow dogs on a leash. It's a great way to have family time and explore Michigan, which has so many natural resources and great things for families. I highly recommend it.
Approximately 30 miles north of where Conservation Officer Todd Thorne is patrolling in D8. In the state's District 7, CO Jeremy Beavers is also patrolling on the first day of Michigan's archery season for white-tailed deer.
Today's October 1st, the archery deer hunting season opener. Today I plan to hit 3 sites in the Ionia State Recreation Area that I knew had illegal tree stands and illegal bait.
He's on his way to a tree stand to see if it's occupied. He observed some issues with this particular spot before the season started and wants to see if the issues have been resolved.
How you doing, Conservation Officer? Why don't you come down, sir? How's it going? I don't think you're gonna attract many deer smoking that cigarette, man.
I smoke all the time.
All right, what, do you do good with them?
Yeah.
You know why I'm here, right? Is this your tree stand?
Yeah.
It's your tree stand? How long has this tree stand been up?
I left it up all year.
Yeah, you did. How long you been baiting?
I haven't been baiting.
You haven't?
No.
No bait at all?
No, I haven't.
Take a walk. You can leave the crossbow right here.
Sure. This is the first time I've been out here all year.
It's the first time you've been out here all year.
Yeah.
So someone else has been baiting your tree stand. That's what you're telling me.
This is the first time I've been out here all year.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
You got your ID on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time I've been out here.
No scouting beforehand. You didn't come back to double check to make sure your stand was still here?
No.
Because it's a violation to leave this stand out past March 1st, right?
Nah, I'm not sure about that.
You should know. It's in the guide.
Okay.
March 1st, you can't put them up before September 1st. They got to be out by March 1st.
Okay.
So, at that point, it could be considered litter. I can throw it away. If the stand's left out after March 1st and you get a complaint about the stand, at that point you can remove the stand. It's considered litter and you can just throw it away. I mean, there's no identification on the stand, so it's litter at that point. That tree stand's been up all year. It doesn't have your name on it.
It should have had a tag on it.
You don't have to do it right at this moment once we're clear of contact. Where was your tag?
Where was it?
Yeah.
It was hanging on this.
Okay.
Because it had my address and everything on it. It was in a plastic baggie.
Okay. We're gonna go this way real quick. Yep, you're fine.
No.
Heavily baited. So I discovered my suspect in a site that I knew that it's been baited. It's been baited since April of this year, since at least April of this year. I checked it periodically throughout the summer, and it had been freshly baited a few times. I checked it. No name on the tree stand. The tree stand had been up all year. And just as I suspected, there was a hunter in that tree stand hunting over the bait on opening morning archery deer season. Bait's been illegal in Ione County since at least 2016.
Yeah.
I first got here in 2016. Bait's been outlawed since then. So I would assume I'm not going to find anyone else in this stand, or actually, you know what? I should find someone else in the stand because someone's been baiting it, so they know about your stand. So I should be able to come back here later, tomorrow, the next day, and find someone else hunting your stand then.
I'm not sure.
It's the opening day of Michigan's firearm deer season, and Conservation Officer Brad Belleville has encountered 2 hunters. One of them has shot 2 deer, but has only put a tag on one of them. After helping this hunter carry some of his gear out of the woods, CO Belleville meets him at his friend's house where both of his deer are.
Obviously, we have a couple violations. Have to have 4 or more on one side for your restricted tag, and you have to immediately tag the animal when you shoot it. So before it's gutted, before it's moved, transported, anything like that. Yep. So with both of those there, what's going to happen today is I'm going to write you a citation for failing to immediately tag that deer. The deer is going to come with me, and your second tag is going to come with me. So you're done shooting bucks for the year.
Oh, yeah.
You can go buy doe tags and fill the freezer with them if you want. So,
Okay, all right.
but I need your driver's license and your restricted combo tag, sir.
In this case, for failing to immediately validate his kill tag, this hunter paid a court-ordered fine of $201.
The tag will get shredded and the deer will be donated to a needy family in the area. I've got a whole list, so it will be donated probably today. So
There's helping out somebody.
there you go.
Michigan Conservation Officer Jeremy Beavers is patrolling on the opening day of archery deer season. He's on state land and has contacted a hunter who's hunting over bait and using a tree stand that isn't being utilized in a legal manner.
Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Okay, you can't have that tree stand up all year. You don't have any name or identification on it. It's a legal tree stand. It's a misdemeanor violation. You're going to be cited for occupying a legal tree stand today.
Okay.
You don't want to take responsibility for the bait, that's fine. You can't hunt this location. This is a baited location. I mean, it's a baited location.
What do you mean?
There's a bait. There's bait right over there.
So I'll
You
take
can't
it
hunt
down.
this. Yeah, it needs to be removed.
That's fine. I can
You
do
need to
that.
find a new spot.
That's fine.
So, in the meantime, I'm gonna go get my truck. I'm gonna pull it up a little further.
That's fine.
We'll go back over.
I can take it down. I have no problem taking
Yeah.
it down.
You've had it up all year. This stand's been baited since at least April.
April?
Since at least April.
Wow. I haven't been out here. That's the God's honest truth. This is the first time I've been out here.
I mean, isn't that dangerous? You don't even know if it's here.
Right.
You don't know the condition of your stand. You're coming out here when it's dark.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
He denied placing the bait, said he had no idea it was there. He admitted that it was his stand. He left it up all year. He never came out to check his stand. His stand wasn't properly identified as required by law, so he was cited for that. He was given a warning for hunting over the bait and had to remove his stand because it's a baited location.
In this case, for failing to remove his tree stand from public lands during the required March 1st through September 1st period, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $232.
I find it hard to believe you haven't come out here once to check your stand or anything before deer season. It's not typical. You know, you at least want to check your equipment to make sure it's still good. You know, I go out, I check my equipment, make sure the straps are still good, nothing's weathered.
Right, I've been working
Right.
12-hour days.
Okay.
To work at Venture.
But this has been baited since April. So you want to tell me you didn't bait, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't. God's honest truth.
Then you need to come out and check your area.
Okay.
I'll have guys sitting over 10 gallons of corn and be like, well, I didn't know that was there.
Right.
Put that out.
Right. I understand.
Heard it all.
I
So.
understand your job.
This week on Wardens, Michigan conservation officers in District 2 and 6 check on anglers on inland lakes.
This is number 2, so number 3 I will start taking poles.
A D6 CO spends some of his off-duty time teaching at a community college, where some classes are focused on prepping students to become conservation officers.
Having the CO for instructor is great.
And a look at a unique 1-acre park in the state's Upper Peninsula.
Guaranteed to catch a fish.
Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. Michigan is a state with lots of water, both around its borders, in the form of the Great Lakes, as well as within its borders, with more than 11,000 inland lakes. As a result, the Great Lakes State is a popular fishing destination for a wide variety of species. In the state's District 6, Conservation officers Dan Robinson and Adam Schiller are patrolling some mid-Michigan inland lakes in their area in mid-July.
We're out doing our usual marine patrol, and when we're out here, we're looking for any kind of safety issues with marine activity, whether it's could be an operation, maybe they're going the wrong way around the lake, or they're towing somebody with no observer, and we're making stops for folks fishing, and then when we do that, we're able to talk to them about life jackets and check for safety equipment, fire extinguishers, and all that kind of stuff. So we're just kind of looking for those kind of things, make sure we're keeping the water safe and that people know we're out here, you know, checking them for those kind of violations.
How's it going, State Conservation Officer? Doing well, how are you guys? You guys catching much today? Okay. That was it, huh? Uh-oh, that's never fun.
There's nothing worse, is there?
Yeah, we'll check some licenses, make sure you guys have the proper safety equipment on here.
Yeah, I got life jackets up there.
Oh, okay.
Turned around here. And I have a concealed weapons permit, but I do not have one on.
Okay. I appreciate you letting us know.
Just want to open that bag with the life jackets in it, and I mean, I don't think it's terribly inaccessible, but you want to make sure they're ready to go if you needed them. So having them tied up in the bag, at least when you're floating out here, is probably not a great idea, but you know, I see what your purpose is of keeping them dry. So yeah, and even if you open it up, I can just look at the other one. That's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, that's all you need.
If you just keep one extra accessible because you're sitting on a seat cushion, that'd be fine with us. Yep. Okay. That way it's easily accessible in case someone.
Fishing lake?
It is a great fishing lake.
Yeah, if you could stay out of the way of the speedboats.
Yeah, they'll calm down here in the next hour or two.
I've been having problems getting this motor running, so we come earlier. That's why I told them we should be here at 7:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I bet some of these flats, like where you see the reeds coming up and stuff, I bet they're pretty good. The guys over there had a bass hooked on as we were coming up next to them, so
yeah,
I think it'd be pretty decent.
Stick to the edge or over there by the reeds, and you'll do well. How's it going, State Conservation Officers? Doing well. How's the fishing over here on this side of the lake?
Pretty good, right in behind you.
Were you slaying them over there or what?
So you're saying I should have brought my fishing pole? That's what I'm hearing you say.
About 10-foot water.
Okay.
Yep.
They've been pretty constant then?
We've got 4 good ones.
Okay. Keepers, you got them on the boat here?
Oh, no.
Just release?
No,
okay. Awesome. Well, we'll check a couple fishing licenses quick, and then we'll check some safety equipment.
I did it online. Are you guys able to look it up?
It's going to be on your phone then, in an email.
Yeah,
it's going to be a PDF
I mean,
at the bottom.
If it's buried in your email, it's probably easier for us to just check it, so we could do that.
I remember doing it online. I can't remember.
Yeah, they don't send it in the mail.
Tag, they won't send it.
No, they only send it in the email, and then it'll be like the The part that looks a little bit like that license will be at the very bottom of the email in a PDF.
He has 21 ORV purchases, but he's going to be negative for 21 fish. Clear?
Okay, I'm clear. What happened?
1656.
Said you don't have one.
Maybe I don't. I do remember doing one, and the last time I did one was maybe over the phone. When does it expire?
They expire in March.
Oh, that's probably why. Though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I probably didn't buy one this. I want to say that I probably did it late in the last year. That's why it seems like it was.
Yeah, it could be because so even if you bought it, like let's say you bought it in January to go ice fishing, it would still expire in March of that same that license year. Just make sure you get that taken care of, and then of course get your license next time you're going to go out. So, does that sound fair, guys?
Yep.
A couple of months before Officers Robinson and Schiller were on patrol in the central Lower Peninsula and almost 300 miles away by car in the state's District 2. Conservation officers Rob Freeborn and Mike Eving are on patrol on the opening day of the walleye season in their area.
How about today? How you doing?
That's number 9.
Number 9, man, it's on fire here right now. There's a lot of fish.
And they're bigger than last year.
Yeah. You have a good day. We'll see you.
Guys.
You're all set. You have a good day.
They might have too many right here.
There it is. There
What?
it is.
What?
The guy on the passenger side's reeling the extra line.
Yep, he is. Yeah, he is.
Stop! Stop reeling! That's the one I want to stop reeling. Thank you. I would like that rod, please.
Earlier in his July patrol, Michigan Conservation Officer Dan Robinson teamed up with CO Adam Schiller to monitor anglers on some inland lakes in their area. Later in the day, Officer Robinson checks on a white-tailed deer fawn that is possibly being held captive.
We were driving by and I saw the fawn in the fence.
What fawn?
You got a deer fawn in the fence there. Like I say, I saw it clear as day. Yeah, it's behind those goats right there. You see its head? Is this your place here, or?
Gaston County
That's
Farm.
my dad's.
David Charles Boyd.
Do you live here normally, or?
Yeah, I live with my dad.
Oh, you do live here, okay. Yeah, so I'm like, say, I'm driving by, I'm like, that don't look quite right.
That's so cool.
Is your dad home, or?
No, we're getting ready to go to my cousin's graduation.
Oh, okay. So you've never seen the fawn in the fence before, or?
No, not in the fence.
Okay. Is Dad gonna be home then, or is he coming home just to leave again?
He's at his friend's house right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we were gonna go over
Okay.
there.
And ended up having this discussion with a young man that was at the house, and at first it sounded like he didn't know anything about it, didn't know how that fawn got in the fence. And then as I talked to him some more, and then his girlfriend came out, it kind of started to come out that it may have been there longer than they let on, possibly up to a month. Just asking about the deer, where it came from.
Yeah. I'm sure he told you that somebody just brought it and then decided they couldn't take care of it. And
Okay, like somebody dropped it off, or?
from what I heard, it just didn't have a mom, and
Okay. You guys know how long how long you've had it?
Oh, like I said, the tall weeds over there, it likes to nest in over there.
Okay.
With all the other
Does it just kind of come and go then, or?
Yep. Like I said, it doesn't sit in the fence. It never. Yeah.
Okay. Where does it usually hang out at?
yeah,
Over.
usually it's
Okay.
over there.
It doesn't come up in the edge here or anything here on the fence.
Well, it's probably liking up on the goats. But no,
You guys feed it or anything, or like you've been putting food out, and like say just.
we have the mineral block, but that's
Oh,
more for
okay.
the goats.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because the goats will eat leaves and the
Okay.
mineral block.
The bottom line is you can't have wild animals in captivity unless you have like a special permit and all that kind of stuff to like rehabilitate them and stuff. And so just trying to kind of figure out, like say, figuring out what's going on in I mean, I don't think he jumps the fence, so somehow he got in here.
Well, yeah, like I said, he likes to lay in over there. If you want to go look at his bed, I mean, it's all patted down from what I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long has he been hanging around then?
I don't know. A while.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was so like, what? He's in the gate? Like.
Okay. So he's usually outside hanging around?
Yep.
Okay. The problem is that deer has now become used to having the food and the shelter and the things that it had there in the enclosure, and they're feeding it with their goats and with their chickens and all that kind of stuff. So talked to the sergeant, figuring out what we're gonna do next and what maybe the right course of action is. He advised even waiting a couple of days and maybe having wildlife help us out in this case, because that deer was too big to transport. I don't have a box or a cage big enough to put it in. So we're gonna have to figure something out. But either way, it's becoming domesticated, and they're pretty much raising the animal.
Within the confines of the Upper Peninsula State Fairgrounds in Escanaba, Michigan, is a 1-acre mini park known as the Pocket Park. It was first opened to the public in 1999 and draws thousands of visitors each year.
I want to go fishing.
You want to go fishing?
Yeah,
and check out the archery. We heard there's archery down there.
Yeah.
There is no fee to visit this unique park, which caters especially to children to help them learn about the wonders of outdoor recreation in Michigan.
We have a fishing pond. There's 2,200 bluegill in the pond, guaranteed to catch a fish. So we have a lot of youth that have never fished before, so this is a great opportunity for a child to come and learn how to fish.
Oh, you got him, you got him, you got him. Pull up, pull up. Oh, it's a big one. Nice. Look at that one. Look at how pretty it is. You want to hold it?
What kind of fish is it?
Oh, it's a bluegill sunfish hybrid. He's a little bit slimy. No. So when you hold him, kind of start at his head and kind of put your hand back down, make sure it doesn't spike you. So kind of like you're petting him, just like that. Slide your hand down like that.
Yeah, but before it wasn't.
Yep. And you want me to take the hook out for you? Alrighty. Oh, no, it's not through his eye. He's okay. He's a little bit slimy there.
Oh, the pellet guards that were
There we go. Nice, that's a good one. Whoa.
We have a shooting range with pellet guns, a target. You get to keep your target.
Okay, you gotta look down the barrel. See this orange dot right there? You gotta make it look so this is sitting right in the middle of that.
We also have an archery range.
Come straight. Get this up to your chin.
Oh, there's that.
All right, you step over four. Right on here.
Line going that way. Back there. Start this way.
Oh, it was all right.
What do you think of the DNR Pocket Park here?
Pretty fun, pretty fun. We just got here, so we just came over here and we're about to go fishing and shoot some pellet guns.
During the end of the school year, we have a lot of school groups that come here for a field trip. And then we can arrange special speakers. We can have Smokey Bear present, wildlife, or fishing presentations. Families can come here, they can enjoy the park, they can fish, they can use the ranges. A lot of people come here for picnics. We have birthday parties. We've even had a wedding here.
May 15th is a big day because it's the first day that people can get out and fish pretty much in all the small lakes. You know, so guys are waiting all spring and, you know, kind of all winter, you know, after the breakup for ice to get in the water to finally get out and fish. So it brings people from all over, you know, downstate, the west end of the UP, the locals, everyone comes out for the 15th.
Michigan Conservation Officers Mike Ebink and Rob Freeborn are patrolling on the opening day of walleye season in the state's District 2. They've encountered a fisherman who had 4 lines in the water, despite the maximum allowed being 3 lines in the water at once.
Oh yeah, nice fish. Spinners or cranks? We went to Big Bay in Lake Michigan. We launched at Garden. We did find one boat with too many lines. They tried pulling it as we were pulling up. That guy has been caught before doing the same thing. So my partner recognized that boat and the guy right away. So we were able to find him and get him. You got him before for the same thing?
Yep, he was by himself in Garden Bay, and I was talking to a bass guy, and I was just sitting up next to him, And I turned around and went to him, and it was the exact same scenario. But that time it was the straight line, so he had his 3 out, and then the straight line out of the back of the boat, and I watched him reel it up, and he tried to lie to me and say that he didn't, which is part of the reason that I intentionally was yelling to stop reeling. All right. I'm not seizing anything, but I'm gonna call it a...
It's ugly stick. It's a Daiwa sea line.
D-A-I-W-A.
Sea line 27. With a harness. And one.
In this case, for having too many lines on the water, this fisherman paid a court-ordered fine of $210.
It's kind of a game you got to play. As you're checking one boat, you got to look around your area, but some guys will be pulling lines on you, and they see, oh, there's a DNR checking a boat. So you have to always be watching the other boats as your partner's checking that boat. So it's kind of a game. Then as he's checking, I'm driving, or vice versa, I already know the next boat we're going to go to, whether they're going to pull lines or whatnot. So, yep, you got to be on your toes and kind of scan the area.
Not going to seize your pull. I'm giving it back to you, but we did document it. Thank you. This is number 2, so number 3, I will start taking pulls.
While he was on patrol in mid-July, Michigan Conservation Officer Dan Robinson investigated a case where he observed a fawn within an enclosure at a single-family residence. He spoke to the homeowner's son, but was unable to talk with his father. Keeping wildlife in captivity can be dangerous for wildlife, as well as the well-intentioned people holding them. Parasites and zoonotic diseases can go from wildlife to humans, and oftentimes an animal's suffering can be increased unintentionally by people without the proper training for its care.
You can't have a wild deer that's in a fence, like say, unless you've got the proper permitting process and all that kind of stuff. So, which you don't, and it takes a long time to do that, to get that established. So,
on top of that, we don't keep the deer.
Yeah, exactly. Right, but we got to make sure, I mean, whether you intended to keep it or not, it's sort of now your fence is its home. And we're going to have to break that. We're going to have to break that cycle and get it back out to the wild if we're going to have success. So, and we have some rehabbers we can take it to that'll kind of get it past the point, because I'm not sure that it can be by itself yet. I mean, normally it would still be under the care of a doe, you know what I mean? But we can get it to a rehabber and they can get it past that point before it gets released, so it'll be back in the wild like it should be.
Michigan has trained and licensed wildlife rehabilitators throughout the state. Although no enforcement action was taken, CO Robinson did follow up later to make sure that the individual at this residence was warned and educated about the rules and regulations that pertain to keeping and feeding wildlife.
The stuff that we've talked about the last couple days is going to kind of follow us through. It's not like we're going to totally forget about it.
His role as a conservation officer is not the only place where Officer Robinson endeavors to educate those around him. He also does so when he instructs at a community college near his home, Mid-Michigan College.
Students are taking this course, HAS 103, which is Safety and Survival, taught by Officer Robinson. This is a required course for all students in the HAS degree pass, and it covers all safety and survival.
We've been able to recruit a number of professionals from the Department of Natural Resources, from other outdoor industries. And in fact, one of those classes that we offer is being taught by a Michigan conservation officer. And we're very proud to have him, and certainly the support and partnership of the DNR in Michigan. That's a very important piece of this program.
Officer Robinson is a valuable resource for the students in his class.
Having the CO for an instructor is great because it helps with any questions I'm going to have in the future going into a conservation officer, and he's there all the time for us to ask him questions, email him, and he knows all the ins and outs, so it helps us get pre-ready since I'm not the only person going into the conservation officer.
They teach you a lot of new things that you probably won't learn in any other school or college without a class like this. Personally, I've learned a lot more than I ever thought I would, especially coming to college. It makes it more fun when you go out and do this stuff or go hunt and go fishing.
It's almost like a trick candle. They keep burning and they keep on going like that. We're going to use this campus. It's again over 500 acres, almost 600 acres of woods and surrounding area that we have to work.
Although he teaches a safety and survival class, Officer Robinson tries to stress to his students that some of the things they're learning in their other courses are also skills that are vital to his day job.
On a weekly basis, we have to do a lot of writing. We write reports, we write the little snippets that end up in the news, like all of that. The skills that the students will learn here about creative writing and storytelling and public speaking and being challenged to do those things is most definitely going to help them when they get into this job, because there is a lot more of that than you would expect.
When you have a class with someone such as Officer Robinson where they're actually working the job that they want to do, getting to rub elbows with people that are super successful in those careers is just, it's been an awesome experience for them, and I hear it from them all the time, how much they enjoy it.
A lot of them want to be a conservation officer. That's what they want to do, but they haven't really sat down and talked to any of us for a length of time. But I have students that come in early that have questions about the job, or they'll tell me their stories about their last fishing trip or their, last hunting excursion last year, whatever it might be. I think that's one of those benefits when they get to interact with us in a place where I don't have my uniform on and they don't have their guard up and we're not out in the middle of a lake checking fishing licenses.
This week on Wardens.
Get him! 77!
Michigan conservation officers in District 4 patrol fast boats and monitor a popular lake party during a late summer weekend.
I know I want it done! Hurry, go! Answer the question.
I'm not gonna hurry, okay? I'm gonna do this the right way.
And to look at some opportunities to find geocaches in Michigan state parks.
It's using multi-million-dollar technology to find Tupperware in the woods.
Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. The state of Michigan boasts many options for recreational use of water in the form of over 70,000 miles of rivers and streams, more than 11,000 inland lakes, and with 4 of the 5 Great Lakes along its border. Residents and visitors utilize this abundance of water in a variety of ways, including fishing, skiing and tubing, as well as swimming. Some regions of the state also have boat parties that are typically started by a group of individuals such as friends, businesses, or other organizations. In the state's District 4, it's the second weekend of September, which means it's Hot Boat Weekend along the Muskegon River. The annual event has been taking place for more than 20 years and frequently involves hundreds of boats gathering together.
We get complaints about big boats just zipping through here. It's 55 miles an hour unless posted different. It's posted everywhere. People should know that if you're operating a boat, we go over that in boater safety. There's no excuse not to know what the speed limit is. So we have set up, like I said, a kind of an enforcement zone. We've got a couple officers up on shore stationary running a couple different types of radar. There's a LiDAR and a regular radar.
On the Friday of the weekend, Michigan conservation officers Jeff Ginn and Ben Shively are heading to the top of the bank along the river to monitor boats and make sure they're not exceeding the speed limit of 55 miles per hour.
$51.
Officer Shively checks the speed of the boats that go past him,
Jeff.
while Officer Ginn
43.
takes note of the speed, time, and description of the vessel.
53 on the first, 48 on the second.
If a boat is going too fast, CO Ginn communicates to one of 2 chase boats with a description and heads up to get ready.
There's our rooster.
Be ready, 136.
There.
Get him. 77.
77. I'll give you a description. You might want to come out.
What?
White with red and blue line and a checker pattern at the rear. He's coming right past Brower right now. You hear him.
Got it.
Officers Angela Greenway and Josh Reed are on one of the chase boats.
Do you have any idea why we'd be contacting you today? Okay, do you know how fast you were going?
Fast?
Fast? Do you know how fast? You want
It's never bothered me up here for speed before. I'm by myself. I'm not causing any issues.
Okay,
I've been coming up here for years, since I was 21 years old.
Okay.
I've never been bothered.
Do you have your ID on you, sir? We're stopping you today. You were going 77 miles an hour. Do you know how fast or what the speed limit is on the water?
Like I said, I've been coming up here since I was 21. You guys have never ever bothered me.
We're talking about here and now, today, in this incident. So go ahead and get your ID, and I'm explaining to you why we're contacting you. Go ahead and get the registration for the boat as well.
So you're going geocaching today, huh?
It's a big scavenger hunt, basically. And the way they talk about it is it's using multi-million-dollar technology to find Tupperware in the woods.
We're going to follow that little dot right there, so that's what we're looking for. The Adventure 6 is what we're looking for.
Geocaching is a way to get people outside while also utilizing satellites.
My wife got me interested in it, and what Kathy said, and still says today, is that it's something that the two of us can do together that doesn't cost a lot of money and gets us off of our you-know-what out of the house and doing stuff.
A lot of our parks actually have caches in them, and people can go and do those on their own. But there's also events that they have. At Sleepy Hollow, for instance, there's a weekend where a bunch of geocachers get together, and they call it a Geo Bash.
At Sleepy Hollow State Park in southern central Michigan, geocaching enthusiasts gathered for an annual event on National Geocaching Day.
I think I heard between the caches for last year's event and this year's event, there are 135 geocaches in the park.
This year is our 50th anniversary, which is super huge. I mean, it's a milestone for Jays right now. One of the things that we decided to do this year is kind of partner up with some different adventures that we have not been a partner with before, and so we got a hold of the DNR, the Michigan MIGO group, ourselves, and then the Groundspeak organization. So there's 4 partnerships that we are putting together here.
How it's set up is they'll have coordinates that are programmed in there, so it'll take you close to that area, and then you just have to kind of look around that area and see if you can find it. There's a ton of different sizes, so you got like the micros, which can be something this small or around here. Or you get the bigger ones, which is kind of this size right here.
Many who hunt for geocaches are very dedicated to their hobby, and when information is shared of new caches in the woods, it typically results in many enthusiastic people heading outdoors to see how quickly they can find them and to discover what surprise awaits them.
It's 0.4 of a mile straight ahead.
So it's looking like I need to go here. We are almost on top of it. Maybe it's in this tree. Oh, I found it.
Yay!
It's right here. Here we go. Adventure 6. Right there. That's one of the trusted traditions.
What's inside it? Anything interesting?
So it looks like we need to refill this one.
Okay.
We need a little more swag in here. So open it up. What could I take? Ooh, we still have a fishing lure in there. J sticker still in there. And then the logbook.
For most people that seek out geocaches, the journey is much more important than the destination cache.
Kids that I've taught before, for them it's more about the excitement of the hike or the excitement of the find, and they could care less what's in it. They don't really, I mean, yeah, sure, they're gonna get something fun out of it, but they found it, like they get excited about being the first one to find it.
It's just another great thing that families can do. It's free. I mean, you download for free. All you have to do is have a state park pass for your car, and then get in the car, take your family and your kids, and it's the adventure.
They're running radar on the boats going through, and Officer Shively is trained and educated in that, so he's running that. And then we have basically a chase boat upriver and downriver from them, and when they're coming our way, they'll call out a description, the time and the speed, and then we'll make us stop and just kind of remind people that you gotta mind your speed and your safety rules and issues out here on the water.
Michigan Conservation Officers Angela Greenway and Josh Reed have contacted a boat operator who was going 77 miles per hour on the Muskegon River. COs Greenway and Reed are one of 3 teams that are working together to patrol speeding vessels on a busy September weekend.
So again, we're out here today doing speed enforcement on the water. We get complaints about the speed. It doesn't matter, okay? So speed limit's 55.
I know.
It's published everywhere. You say you know this. Okay. We have people up on the hill doing radar, and they got you at 77 miles an hour, okay?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a speeding ticket out here for that today. It's just like your car, all right?
That's fine.
I'm just explaining to you what's going on, okay?
In this case, for exceeding the speed limit of 55 miles per hour, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $225.
It's a civil infraction. You have 10 days to contact the 77th District Court in Big Rapids at this phone number. They're going to tell you how you can take care of this over the phone or through the mail. That's your information back. Do you have any questions for me?
137, 136 is now.
Thank you.
Okay, be safe. We had a boat coming through, high performance boat. That's what you see out here. That's kind of what Hot Boat is about. These high performance boats all get together and it's a big party.
64 on that one.
This is a good opportunity for us to do that, kind of let people know, hey, remind them there is speed limits on the water. It's a safety issue, especially weekends like this when it's so busy.
It's the second weekend of September in the northwest corner of Michigan's Lower Peninsula, and Conservation Officers Jeff Ginn and Ben Shively are working together to check the speeds of boats navigating the Muskegon River.
63, 65.
Officer Shively operates the speed checking
70.
devices, while CO Ginn radios the pertinent info about the vessels to the officers that are set up to track down the offending boaters.
White, red, and green graphics. You clear on that southbound downriver? What do you got?
It's only 40. $46.
6?
46.
Okay.
$40 on the one upriver.
Be ready, 136.
$63. 63.
63, white with a red and yellow stripe.
Officers Angela Greenway and Josh Reed are one team of officers that's making contact with the boats that are exceeding the 55-mile-per-hour speed limit.
Clear. Spinning around and coming back downstream.
Clear. 103, clear on that, but it's looking and going south. Let him come past us yet.
He's slowing down.
Clear, we're on standby.
Okay, please stop. Conservation officer, we're gonna pull up alongside. You know why we're contacting you today? Okay, how fast were you going? You don't know? You wanna take a guess? Okay, we got you going 63, speed limit's 55. I need to see your driver's license and your registration for your boat, please.
Yeah, the registration of the boat, I don't have the driver's license.
Not bringing our wallet.
Okay.
The wallet's right there in the campground.
Is it registered to you?
In this case, for speeding in his boat, this man was issued a court-ordered fine of $225.
It's a civil infraction for speed, all right, 6355 share to explain that to you. There's a stick.
Call in with me.
Yeah, there's a sticker on the bottom with a phone number. Any questions, contact them. You have within 10 days to take care of it.
10 days to pay it. Can we do it online?
That's if you call them. If you call them, they'll tell you if you can.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, man. Be careful. All right.
All right, guys, have fun. Be careful.
Sorry for taking up your time.
Have your,
Thank you.
have your IDs on you.
The day after their speed patrol, these same conservation officers, as well as others, are in the same area to monitor the activities of a large gathering of boats for what's become known as Hot Boat Weekend. During this patrol, the Michigan conservation officers who are working it will strive to keep the peace and assist partygoers if any emergency situations arise.
Hey! Hey! Watch us! You're gonna have to move over!
For the first several hours of their patrol, they don't issue any tickets and generally observe people who are conducting themselves well.
No more boats next to you!
In the early afternoon, however, officers Anna Cullen, Jackie Miskovich, and Tim Barboza see a man leave his boat to retrieve his hat. Before jumping into the water and swimming, the man did not anchor his boat, which has no other occupants.
That's our boat. Go around. I'd go cut this starboard, Jackie, on both sides of those boats.
The officers would like to speak with him to make sure he's fit to operate his vessel.
I got a ticket already, guys.
Yeah, I know it. I didn't like that you jumped out of your boat earlier, sir, so I just want to make sure that you're okay to drive, okay?
Oh, you do. They just gave me some riding tests 10 minutes ago. Call your buddy.
Okay, hey, relax.
I know, but
calm down.
I jumped on my boat to get my hat.
Listen. I understand, but there's boats everywhere. You're diving in the water, your boat's not anchored. We don't know if it's going to go off or it's going to end up in an accident. So the way you're acting, you're just concerned about what's going on, okay? So that's why we're contacting you. Calm down. I understand you got a ticket, but we're looking out for your well-being when you're not acting right, okay?
All right, we done? No. You guys leave me alone. Okay, not doing it. So what? I swam. Big deal. Leave me alone.
All right. Calm down. We're right here.
Yeah,
There's no reason to raise your
guys,
voice.
but just leave me the
Okay, relax.
Tired of you guys harassing me. Really?
We're not trying to harass you. Like I said,
I know you're not trying, but you are.
Calm down. So like I explained, it's because you're jumping off your boat's not anchored, your boat's just freely moving here, so
It's a neutral.
But is it secured to anything?
Well, not at that time.
Okay, so that's why.
Is there, you gonna give me a ticket for it? Or are we done? I'm serious. I don't want to talk to you guys.
That's fine. Calm down.
Sit tight for us, just for a second.
Here's this bag.
All right, I'm gonna have you put on that life jacket for me, okay?
You're making it go longer than it needs to be.
It doesn't need to be at all.
Calm down. No reason to raise your voice.
You guys are pissing me off. It's just this harassment. I just got a ticket. I'm done with you.
Okay, well, it's your actions following the ticket after that made us recontact
I'm
you.
not impaired.
Okay.
I'm just mad.
That's fine. I understand that. But let her do her job.
Not impaired.
Okay.
I'm just mad.
That's fine. I understand that. But let her do her job. Just relax for me.
Okay, well, you have to look at me, okay? The whole thing of me checking your eyes, I need to see your eyes.
Take your sunglasses off.
I can see you.
I can't see you.
You don't need to see me.
You need to see the tip of her pen.
Okay? I'm going to ask you some questions. I need you to pay attention.
I know. I want it done. Hurry. Go. Answer the question.
I'm not going to hurry, okay? I'm going to do this the right way.
Michigan Conservation Officer Anna Cullen is checking the alcohol level of a man whom she observed leaving his boat unattended and unanchored to retrieve a hat that had gone into the water. Officer Cullen is working from the same patrol vessel as Officers Jackie Miskovich and Tim Barboza.
Okay. All right. Well, you need to put that on.
After first attempting to test this man's reactions on the water, the officers opt to take him to solid ground for further testing.
We need to make sure we make it through the whole thing, okay? Because you've been stopping me halfway through it, and I haven't been able to finish it, okay? I'm going to check your eyes again, okay? I'm going to have you stand with your feet together with your hands by your side, all right? Feet together. Hands by your side. There you go. Thank you. Do not move your head this time.
Hey, we're still rolling. Eastbound on baseline.
You're on my time. I'm not on your time.
I know, but you're messing with my time.
Don't tell me to move again.
Clear plate.
You're asking me to do all this crap. Man,
I need to ask you this.
Move it.
Well, don't interrupt me next time. And I can.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. It's hard. 1007, 1008, 1009.
Assisting the conservation officers are deputies from the Newaygo Sheriff's Department.
So as far as what stuff that I saw, I didn't see any lack of smooth pursuit for sure, but
You saw that?
yeah, but it was I think it was lack of focus. This guy's worked up.
Estimate the passing of 30 seconds. When 30 seconds is done, you're going to bring your head back, open your eyes. You got it in 23 seconds, which isn't too bad. I thought I saw just a slight lack of convergence on the first one, but I didn't see it at all on the second one.
Okay.
So he might be smoking weed, because if it was anything else, it could usually be sped up. You know, so it's
okay.
Yeah.
So we're okay with what we're observing. So we're gonna let you go at this point, but understand what our concerns were with stopping.
I do.
Okay.
But they understand my concern of knowing I'm sober and then having you people mess with me so long.
Okay, but I don't want to have an argument.
There's nothing to argue about.
Okay. I think you understand where we're coming from. I think I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
We want you to have fun, but we want you to do it safely, okay?
Yep.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, we'll bring the boat in and be on your way.
Thanks.
Officers Cullen and the other officers on patrol with her determine this man is not over the legal limit to operate a boat. He is released by the officers and permitted to return to driving his vessel.